As human societies have grown, we have become more and more isolated from nature. Just as our cities and roads are cleared of plants and animals, so our agricultural land is increasingly treated to be rid of wild species, in the search for efficient food production. Artificial landscapes with neat rows of crops are more manageable in the short term, but they face long-term challenges which could counter any improvements gained. In many farms, the soil is becoming depleted of nutrients, threatening agriculture for the future. Rainwater runs off the land quickly, instead of reaching the roots, and if there is a flood, crops are exposed and damaged. Many farmers are also forced to add managed pollinators to maintain yield, and both pests and diseases are becoming resistant to chemical treatments. The answer to these problems could be to bring nature back into the agricultural landscape. A healthy environment grants us immeasurable benefits, which we recognize today as ecosystem services. They can fall into 4 categories: provisioning, regulating, supporting, and cultural services. Some material benefits we take directly from the environment, like the ground on which crops grow or fresh water for irrigation. But other ecosystem services are not as obvious. For instance, wild hedgerows hold soil in place and shelter it from wind and floods to prevent erosion. They're also a refuge for wild insects, which in turn are essential pollinators and a natural, always evolving pest control solution. Underlying natural processes make everything else possible. The water cycle and soil creation are essential to both agriculture and life, for example, and when mineral nutrients in the soil run low, certain plant species can pump them back in. And finally, there are intangible contributions of nature to our heritage and well-being. Few people would visit an intensive farm for pleasure, but wild, thriving agricultural landscapes have become regional symbols across the world, even tourist destinations. As the world population grows and global change threatens food security everywhere, it's time to stop suppressing nature for short-term gains and focus on the bigger picture. Only healthy ecosystems can help us prosper if we let them.